Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Using Credit, your unofficial guide to the 5 C's of credit. Powered by Owista Corp and the Ponca Economic Development Corporation. My name is Tom McCauley, and today we're going to break down how credit works, how lenders evaluate borrowers, and how you can use credit wisely to support your financial goals. By the end of this session, you'll better understand how credit decisions are made and how to position yourself for success when borrowing. Today we'll focus on 4 main objectives. First, we'll reinforce the concept of credit and review the different types of loans available. Understand what creditors look for when making lending decisions. Identify the 5 C's of credit and how they affect your finances, and reflect on how to align your credit with your values. Advantages of credit. Let's start with some of the advantages of using credit. Credit can make it possible to afford large purchases immediately, such as car, home, major repairs, business expenses, etc. Using credit responsibly can help build your credit score, which can make borrowing easier and less expensive in the future. In many cases, credit is required for everyday conveniences like renting a car or booking a hotel. And of course, many credit products offer reward points, discounts, or other perks. Disadvantages of credit. One of the biggest downsides of credit is interest. High interest rates can skyrocket the cost of whatever you buy. Credit also makes impulse buying easier because you don't need to have the money immediately available. And many people fall into what we might call magical thinking, buying something now and assuming they'll figure out how to pay for it later. And while rewards and discounts can be appealing, they're often not as valuable as they seem. Some more disadvantages of credit. Missed or delayed payments can trigger fees, raise interest rates, lower your credit score. Even one late payment could harm your credit score for months. Sometimes rewards, cashback offers, or promotional incentives can actually encourage people to use more credit than they should, which can lead to larger balances and more debt over time. All right, let's pause for a quick activity. On the left side of this slide are several real-life scenarios, and on the right side are the 3 different types of credit. This might be a review for some of you. Okay, think about what each type of example belongs to. You got your monthly car lease, Nebraska Furniture Mart card, hiring a freelance writer for your business, installing new energy efficient windows in your home, American Express card, small business loan. And on the right, you got revolving credit, installment credit, non-installment service credit. So try to match each one of these scenarios on the left with its credit type on the right. Monthly car lease, that is an installment credit. Nebraska Furniture Mart card, that's revolving credit. Hiring a freelance writer for your business, that's non-installment service credit. Installing new energy efficient windows in your home, non-installment service credit. American Express card, revolving credit. Small business loan, revolving credit. Types of credit. We got revolving, installment, and non-installment service credit. Revolving credit lets you borrow money at any time up to a set limit. Interest rates may be fixed, which is good, or adjustable, which is not so good. Examples include credit cards, department store cards, and gas cards. Installment credit it's a loan for a specific amount for a single purpose, usually divided into monthly payments And examples include home mortgages, car payments, and student loans. Non-installment service credits allow you to receive a particular service now and pay for it later. Examples include utility bills, home repairs, and professional services like consulting. 5 C's of credit: character, capacity, capital, collateral, and conditions. Character. Character is a creditor's perception of your reliability or how well you can be trusted with credit. Creditors want to know the number of open accounts you have, your monthly income, and your payment history, including any late or missed payments. Having accounts in collection or judgments against you can severely hurt your credit score. And you can increase your creditworthiness by making payments on time, avoiding carrying high balances on your accounts, maintaining steady employment, avoiding frequent overdrafts, and staying current on rent and utilities. Also helps to have multiple sources of income, such as a side hustle or small business. The second C is capacity, which measures your ability to repay a loan. It's a creditor's perception of your ability to repay. Multiple factors contribute to your capacity, such as stable employment history, annual salary, additional income from investments, side hustles, and rental property, and your debt to income ratio. Capital is the next C. It refers to the financial resources and assets you own, such as income, investments, car, home, and other valuables. Helps creditors predict whether you can repay a loan. Lenders want to know that you have multiple fallback options in cases of financial setbacks, such as job loss or extended illness. In other words, more capital equals more credit. Collateral. That's capital you agree a creditor can have if you become unable to repay a loan. Includes homes, cars, stocks, savings accounts, jewelry, and valuables. You and the lender agree that the lender can accept ownership of your items as a form of repayment. If collateral is not worth enough to cover the remaining debt, the borrower owes the remainder. Final C is conditions. That refers to the broader circumstances surrounding the loan and the borrower. Lenders may consider multiple factors that could affect your ability to repay, such as current employment and employment history, industry or jobs forecast, possibility of recession, likelihood of you losing your job, the interest rate and principal of the loan, and the economy where you live. Another important concept lenders consider is your debt to income ratio. This compares how much you owe each month to how much income you earn. To calculate it, you add up all your monthly expenses and your monthly gross income, divide your monthly gross income by your monthly expenses, multiply the result by 100 to get your debt to income ratio, income ranges. So generally, if your debt to income range is below 36%, you'll probably for sure get credit. 36 to 43%, probably. 44 to 49%, unlikely that you'll get credit, and very rarely will you get credit if you have a debt to income ratio above 50%. Another key factors lenders look at is your FICO score. And FICO stands for Fair Isaac Corporation, which would be a great band name. That is a 3-digit numerical rating of your perceived credit worthiness. It ranges from 300 to 850, with higher numbers meaning more credit worthiness. Factors include your payment history, borrowed amount, judgments or accounts in collection, length of credit history, and your credit mix. This information is reported to the 3 credit reporting bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. This is the number that people refer to when they refer to their credit score. When you apply for a loan, lenders typically ask for detailed financial information. and that can include your income and employer, assets such as cars, real estate, investments, valuables, and their approximate value, your marital status, children or dependents, social security number, alimony, and info about any cosigners. Here's a quick knowledge check. Which of the following is not a credit reporting bureau? Is it Union Pacific, TransUnion, Experian, or Equifax? That's correct. Union Pacific. They're a railroad, not a credit reporting bureau. Credit use and your values. If you support tribal economies, then you can use credit to purchase goods from Native-owned businesses or Native causes. So take a moment to think about your values. How can your use of credit align or conflict with what you hold dear? So for example, if you value entrepreneurialism, you can use credit to launch your own business. On the other hand, if you cherish frugality and self-reliance, then using credit for extravagant shopping trips or frivolous purchases would not align with your values. Before using credit, it's helpful to ask yourself a few questions. Do I really need this purchase now? How will the credit payment affect my household budget each month? Can I afford this? What other options do I have? How much do I have to pay to borrow this money? Will the item last longer than the payments to purchase it? And is this purchase a need or a want? Credit can be a powerful financial tool when used wisely. Understanding the 5 C's of credit helps you see borrowing from the lender's perspective and better prepare for financial decisions. Used responsibly, credit can help you achieve important goals while keeping your financial head above water. Remember, it's never too late to learn more about managing credit and repairing your credit score.